We talked about not that you're weak. You may not be weak. Your symptoms aren't a sign of weakness, but they can be a sign that you're overwhelmed. And just moving into that, um, no one is broken. We're all different, and we can experience menopause in all different ways. Um, we've talked about how it can affect our intimacy, um, and that there's a lot of silence around sexual health. I had a lot of people ask me when I say I practice sexual health. They say, "What is that?"
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Someone says sexual health.
Sexual health, women will say, "What is that?"
Hmm.
But a man will never ask you what it is.
No, men ask that too.
Men ask that too.
Men ask me. Men and women ask me when I say I practice sexual health.
Mm-hmm.
The question next I get is, what is that? Like if you say mental health, cardiac health,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, hematological health, I guess.
They get it, but so that's why when you see commercials, when they advertise sexual health, they advertise it as wellness health. That's what I've noticed.
There are a lot of places that do wellness,
Wellness.
and they and
But
they,
here I noticed, but like in the big cities,
uh-huh.
it's sexual health.
In bigger cities you'll hear sexual
Yeah.
health.
In bigger cities, you hear sexual
Yeah,
health. So I should think probably sexual and wellness health
yeah,
would be a good way to put it for those people that don't understand it, because it's all about localities
yeah,
of where you are.
yeah,
But wellness, because sexual is your wellness also.
yeah. Well, a lot of people don't tie that
Yeah, a lot
together.
of people don't tie it because it's about sexual is wellness, mental is wellness, um,
So I have,
emotional is wellness.
yeah, it's all
There's
wellness.
7 spectrum of health
Okay.
that you have to have. In fact, I made a presentation on that one time in our church. There's 7. There's the mental, there's the sexual, there's the physical, there's the emotional,
Mm-hmm.
there's about 7 of
Mm-hmm.
them. I didn't get the last 3. You have those 7, spiritual, going
Mm-hmm.
to church, meeting people,
Mm-hmm.
all those things you have to have it to have a complete health.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And sexual is one of them
Mm-hmm.
that you really have to have. But sexual doesn't always mean sex.
Yeah, I like how you frame that.
Yeah,
That's true.
sexual, because as people age, due to medical issues, they might not be having physical health,
Mm-hmm.
sex
Mm-hmm.
anymore. Sexual doesn't only sexual for some people can just be kissing
Yeah.
with old couples. It
Mm-hmm.
can just be holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
So people always see sexual as just having that thing. But in each part of your life, you need to have a balanced hormone,
Mm-hmm.
because in the mental realm, if your um, serotonin goes bad,
Mm-hmm.
you start acting differently.
Mm-hmm.
For a bipolar person, they have these mood swings, and if they get the right medication, the mood swing stops.
Yeah, they
So
even
it's
out.
they even out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also your sexual
Yeah.
health. You have to have it. We talked about vaginal dryness. It's part of your sexuality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Having a partner, and that partner, especially people during the beginning of menopause, your partner understanding the vaginal dryness and knowing that there's something you can do to have a fulfilled sexual life
Mm-hmm.
is in each stage of
Mm-hmm.
life, and feel fulfilled for each other. So those stages are very important.
Would you say that it's not so sexual health does not always have to do with sex,
Yeah.
penetrative sex,
No,
physical sex? Would you say sexual health always has to do with intimacy?
it has to do with intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
It's with intimacy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's so many different types of
There's
intimacy.
so many types of intimacy.
Yeah,
It has to do with intimacy with a loved one.
yeah.
It has to do with intimacy. Yes. With each stage you are in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to practice it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or however you can physically, however physically you can.
However you
Yeah,
physically you can. however physically you can. But when you are in your early stage of menopause or during menopause, you don't want to, if you're sexually active physically, you don't want to close that door like that. So for people, when you tell them that you're in sexual
Mm-hmm.
practice and they say they don't understand it,
Mm-hmm.
then one way to tell them is a part of your um, wellness,
It's part, yeah, that's true.
part of your wellness.
So then what about then for you as you've aged? What are some intimate practices that that you do now, like intimacy, you and daddy?
Um, can I say that?
That's what we're doing here.
Okay.
Reveal how much you want to reveal.
Well, I'll reveal how much I want to reveal. But because of his health, even if it's just us holding hands, um, just us uh, holding hands or kissing, his health, he's going to probably kill me. But I will say it, after his surgery, we have to buy certain things so that he can help me.
Okay, hold on.
Hmm.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, but you reveal as much as you want to reveal.
Hmm.
I'm remembering who
Pamela
Pam.
found, yeah. I remember when Pamela found
I
something in
remember when
our
Pam found
closet
what she didn't
and
want to find.
she didn't want to find. And
And
then
what'd
she
you tell
showed
her?
I don't mind that girl. She
You
always,
did. She
she's the
said
one
you
that,
said to her, if you don't want to find stuff, don't go into people's closets.
that's what I told her. And I think she told you, and you told her, stop going to mommy and daddy's
Yeah, I
closets.
told her, I was like, well,
Hmm.
why are you? Because
Because
she was upset.
she was upset, yeah,
Yeah.
because she thinks I'm a wood that you just cut out from that place and just put like a log. Yeah, I
And she
remember.
called me. She
Hmm.
said, and she told me what you said, and I was like, well, she's right. Why are you going in her closet?
Hmm.
She said, well, I was going to look for something. I
Hmm.
said, well, then you found something else. Maybe just don't go back into people's closets, and
Hmm.
you'll
Hmm.
you'll won't see what you don't want to see.
Hmm. You don't see what you don't want to see. And I just said it in a nutshell, but it's
But coming back, so like you're getting older,
hmm.
things have changed,
Hmm.
but you still want a level of intimacy and
Yeah,
closeness.
yeah,
You can have that intimacy and closeness still, and it be even better because you're focusing on other things, which is the intimacy. You're focusing on love.
yeah,
You're focusing on closeness,
yeah.
um, and it can transcend the physical.
You can transcend the
Yeah.
physical because the thing about sexuality is I don't think it ever stops because it's in a way helps the brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part people don't really understand. However way each couple want to do it to satisfy each other, they need to find a way to do it. Um, because they said that as you get older, people live longer when they and their partner figured out a way. Um, that's why you see some couples, because remember, when people have heart attack, people having heart attack, the man most of the time cannot
Mm-hmm.
perform anymore. But they have to find ways.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many, because being in the medical field, we have different things that men can do these days.
Yeah.
Um, and they do it. And we have, when I was working as a nurse at Baptist, I remember one of the men, it was very, very important to him, and we were told they did some kind of surgery that they
The
did like the
implant.
implant or
Mm-hmm.
pumping.
Yeah.
At that time, I don't know if they have implant, but they have the one that he can pump
On the outside.
on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just gossip behind him because, well, people, but we still did what we're supposed to do for him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So there are so many different ways, and couple need to find which way that is satisfaction, and don't be ashamed because it's part of life. If it's not there, God will not create it for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And if God didn't create it, none of us will be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a reason. And don't ever feel ashamed of whatever gives you satisfaction so far as two of you agree in what you're doing.
Yeah.
That is pleasing to the couple. Probably I'm talking too much.
When this one shows,
Mm-hmm.
people have words for you.
Yeah,
No, but you know what? There's a huge. So we talk about menopause, I think, a lot freer
yeah,
now
yeah.
um, than we do sexuality and sexual health because not just stigmatized, they're both stigmatized, but one is less vulnerable than the other, the conversation. And it's definitely, talking about menopause, there's a lot of less vulnerability there than when you're talking about
But we
sexual
should
health.
add that sexuality
It
when
should
we
be
talk
added. No, it should. You're right.
when we talk about sexuality.
You're right.
Because men don't go through menopause and their own sexual, I think, is different. But I'm beginning to see where they are vocal for men. They talk about it. I turn on the radio, they talk about it, about testosterone, that you're not performing. And they're very bold when they talk to these men
So
about it.
yeah, so men don't go through menopause, but they have andropause.
They have
So
andropause
so
decline with
yeah, so
testosterone.
their testosterone does decline. And
Decline.
you're right, these commercials are much more forthcoming. You know
Yeah.
what the funny thing is, even when we are doing like um ads on Google or Facebook, our ads that get dropped or tagged by the company as a unacceptable ad are those ads that are targeting women's sexual health.
Mm-hmm.
But ads that target men and their sexual health use of words like testosterone and performance
Mm-hmm.
don't get tagged
They don't get
as
that.
often.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have a decline also. They have
Mm-hmm.
andropause,
Mm-hmm.
and they have also, you're right, more readily accessible help
I
for
think
that.
I think one of the ways to do those ads is, when they like, it's like when they do ads for men, they put a woman beside there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think women's ad need to be start doing it where you you put men there that if this woman get this, this man is going to be happy, because that's how they do a men's ad. If you get your testosterone, this woman,
Will be
because
happy.
usually on the right side, then she will have a smile on her face. Then they need to do, if this woman is happy, this man will be happy, because most
So
men are
what?
happy when their women are not satisfying them. They're
Yeah,
not happy campers. So it should be, this man is going to be very happy.
yeah.
Maybe go to the store and buy a present or something.
Well, if you're with a woman, if you're with a partner, male or female, whatever, and your partner doesn't care
Mm-hmm.
about whether you're satisfied or not, obviously that's the wrong partner to be with.
Yeah, that's the wrong partner to be with. That's where people have counseling.
Mm-hmm.
People have
You
counseling.
know, a lot of people don't want to go to sex counseling. Like I'll have a lot of patients come through here,
Mm-hmm.
and one of my questions is, do you like your partner?
Mm-hmm.
Do you find your partner attractive?
Mm-hmm.
Those are two questions I ask because I'll have a person, a woman, come and say, I don't want to have sex, and
Mm-hmm.
then and they have low libido. Okay, then I'll say, do you like your partner?
Mm-hmm.
And they say no,
Yeah.
and then I always ask, then why do you want to have sex
With
sex with
somebody.
her that you
Yeah.
don't like?
But the counseling doesn't all have to be sexual counseling. The counseling is because they, there's something in the relationship
Yeah.
that needs to be fixed.
Yes. Yes.
That needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Even with what you're doing, even when I treat my patients that have depression, anxiety, bipolar, whatever, I'll tell them this medication can only do so much.
Yeah.
You also have to go fix your life
Yeah.
by going to counseling,
Yeah.
learning how to deal with your issues.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start learning how to take your everyday life and deal
Yeah.
with it, that part will flow.
Yeah.
That's that seventh
Yeah.
part of healing.
But why do you think people don't want to do that? Because for me, that's actually the first place to start.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely working on sex hormones, definitely doing procedures to help the physical anatomy, all that will help. And at the same time, the mental health part is
Mm-hmm.
the most important.
Yeah.
But why is that the most challenging to get somebody to realize?
Because when I was in school, studying mental health. It's one of the part of our health that people are looked down on as weak.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You mean weak if you're not healthy in that way?
if you're not healthy in that way, it's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's not accepted in the society that you can have mental health
Mm-hmm.
and still be one of the most productive person
Mm-hmm.
in that corporation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something people suffer
Mm-hmm.
in silence.
Mm-hmm.
So things are changing because when you all were young, um, one of the reporters on CBS, he suffered with depression for years.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it has his name, but he talked openly how when he got on depression medicine,
Mm-hmm.
how that changed his life.
Mm-hmm.
And our the health the person you all have over there now is saying that mental health is not people should eat better, but mental health is your physical health. Physical
Mm-hmm.
health is emotional health. It's emotion. It's just a word I'm trying to use. Did I say prejudice or people just look down on people that have mental health, so the people rather suffer in silence.
Yeah. That
And
actually, the fact that we talk more openly about mental health issues and people seek help more
mm-hmm,
for it openly,
mm-hmm,
and mental wellness is making sure that you are keeping account of your mental wellness and mental well-being and try to prevent burnout, recognizing symptoms of all that. The fact that all of this is more accepted in our society than it was in the
it's
past
your neurotransmitters.
makes me hope that the
Yeah.
care for sexual health
Your
will
sexual health
become
is part of that
more
too.
acceptable.
The fact that you you're lacking the hormone you're supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's affecting how you think.
Yeah,
It's affecting your daily life.
yeah,
It's something that people are not promoting enough. I know when I get this palette, I feel better.
yeah.
I feel better. I
Mm-hmm.
sleep better
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't done it for a while, so I know how I sleep
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
I sleep better. Last night I didn't go to bed till 1 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and I got up this morning with headache.
Mm-hmm.
So it's part of your mental health,
Mm-hmm.
hormones.
Mm-hmm.